Connor, how are you doing, kiddo?
I'm good, are you?
Do you know, we've never spoken on camera before, but I filmed you.
Yeah.
I filmed you, it might have been one of your, probably one of the last fights before
I think it was
lockdown.
my third fight against Pablo Naves. I think it was, I'm not too sure, it might have been
Greenbank,
one.
was it?
Oh, was it the Greenbank one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was against Naves on the, can't remember when it was now, it was so long ago. It might have been the third one.
Well, what, you're 5-0 now, are you?
Yeah, 5-0 now.
Yeah. And for a little man, you've got a bit of power, haven't you?
I like to think so. Throw the shots properly.
And a phenomenal amateur career.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I've done no research here, I like to say, I've watched you, you put a smile on my face, so I know you're good. But then someone I was speaking to, I can't remember who was doing the comms on the night, and they were talking about everything that you won as a schoolboy in junior, because you turned over very young though, didn't you?
Yeah, turned over young. So the situation was really, I wanted to get on the GB team, and I was on the emerging talent team, which was the step between England and GB at the time. I don't know whether it's changed now, because I've been pro
I think so, like that, yeah.
But we used to go through a little funnel system, so when you'd be winning ABA titles when you was a kid, the juniors and the youths, they take it on as a youth on the emerging talent squad, and from there you get progressed into GB. But at the time with my weight, all the weights were changing. I think that now, I think it's gone to 51 as it, the light flyweight division.
The amateurs are always changing, I don't know why they do it,
always
but
backwards and forwards, so I was always caught between the weight, because I was 49 was my weight, that was what I was winning the youth ABA.
What's that, light fly?
Yeah, light fly. And we heard that the weight was changing to 51, and then you had some of the 52 lads that were going to come down to 51, and there was no gaps. So it's sort of, in a way, I just wanted to turn pro. I didn't want to wait around forever, do you know what I mean? For like.
And your style really suits. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd win as your style. You wouldn't think would be as successful in the amateurs, because you were still probably in the sword fencing days where it was the points and not 10-9 as it is now.
Yeah, when I was a baby, I was winning the schoolboys and the juniors. When I boxed in them, it was point scoring. And I think it got changed the last year in the junior. That's when everything started getting changed around then into 10-9
sure that would have suited you more then?
Yeah, it did. I won 2 national titles from it. That's what come. And I had a successful career boxing for England, winning major tournaments all around the world.
But I remember being really surprised, because you came into the ring when I was filming. It was on I think it was a Pat Barrett show, and you looked like this sweet little kid, and I thought, oh, well, he seems a nice lad. You got in there, you're an absolute nightmare, you're a terror.
I think that's what people, they get misled by, the young looking face and whatever, and I haven't got loads of muscles and stuff like that, but as we all know, muscles don't win your fight, so I like to go out and just let people know where they stand straight away with the first shot.
But it's not just, you know, out and out aggression, which you have in abundance, but there's a lot of skill behind it, and movement, and you know, like most aggressive fighters tend to get hit, and so they can land their shots, but you don't actually. You avoid the shots and still hit the opponent.
Yeah, definitely. It's a skill factor in it. You've got to not get hit. That's how you stay in the game. That's what it's all about. It's the beauty of the sport. People think people go in and just go toe to toe straight away. I love doing that. Don't get me wrong. I can do it all day long, but it's also nice to land shots and not get it back. You've got to have a bit of flair, haven't you?
Well, how old are you now? You're still
23 now.
23.
23. Still young.
So, but you're sort of like, you're not under contract no more?
No, so I'm a free agent now. My contract expired, I think, yesterday on the 12th of August. So that's part of the game that I've been. I've still been in the gym, still been ticking over, finding my feet. I'm fit and I'm ready to go. I'm just looking for that opportunity now, just to get out there, get back in the ring, because that's what it's all about.
And how far away do you think you're from titles? Because realistically,
what I want is the flyweight division, as we all know, flies and super flies, depending on whatever weight.
Inside 10 fights, you can be a genuine champion.
Fights, you can be a British champion. I think Kevin Satchel, if I'm not mistaken, won.
It was Kevin who was talking about you. Kevin was singing your praises on the comms when I was listening.
I've got a lot of respect for Kevin. Obviously, with him being in my weight, he's done a lot for me, coming through the professional ranks, do you know what I mean? He's always been by my side, that person to talk to and things like that. He's a good man, I respect him a lot, and he was British champion in 7 fights, and I know the British title might seem like a long way off because I've had 18 months out the ring now, but I reckon 1 6-rounder and I'm back in the mix. I'll be looking for an English title fight then, definitely. providing everything goes the way I want it to go.
That reminds me, because I was listening to him on the cons, and actually I was being drowned out by your mum, who's been here today.
Yeah.
She's got to be your biggest fan, hasn't she?
She is, yeah. She just wants what's best for everyone at the end of the day. It's obviously my dream to become a world champion, and my mum's been around it all since I was young. Sacrifices we've all made. Everyone, I'm sure loads of other fighters have had the same experience with their parents.
But you're not originally, you've got a Scouse twang there,
Yeah.
but you're not actually a Scouse, are you?
No, I was born in London. I was born in London when I was a kid. I lived there till I was 10, all my family still lived there. My mum, if you listen to me mum,
Yeah, but I know.
only when she talks. And, but when I go down there, I can change my accent sort of thing. I know it's
Does it change, yeah?
It does a little bit when I'm around them for long enough. But all my family down there supporting everything I do, and obviously we all know how the game works. Down south, I think the fighters down there, they're in with the big promoters straight away, aren't they?
Yeah. Especially when when we spoke about that. How many titles did you win as an amateur?
I won 2 ABA titles. I got to the schoolboy finals and I boxed a kid called Levi Coates. He's just turned pro with I don't know if he's signed
Is
with
he
Frank
related to
Warren
that Sonny Coates?
I'm not too sure. I think he had an older brother, but I can't remember what his older brother's name was.
I filmed him a few times in the amateurs.
Yeah, he was red hot. Me and Levi boxed in the schoolboy final when I was 13, and he beat me in the schoolboy final. But 3 months later, we boxed in the Three Nations, and I beat him in the Three Nations. So that was my first fight for England. And every year after that, I won the junior ABAs, then the youths, then the youth ABAs, then the senior ABAs. So it was just a progression all the way
So
through.
you actually fought in the elites then?
Yeah, I fought in the elite. I got in the final one year against a lad who's on GB now, currently called Kieran McDonald, a very good southpaw.
Yeah.
From Sunderland, if I'm not mistaken at the time. Very good, awkward, big, tall southpaw. In the final, I'm not going to deny he got the win on the night, but I did think that I won the fight. And from there, we were looking at getting on GB and going. From there, the year after I boxed in the ABAs, I boxed a fella called Connor Butler in the semi-final. Close fight. It got
Is he
nipped and
Yorkshire
tucked
way?
on a split. Yeah. But again, I don't think I lost that fight either. It's just one of them in the amateurs.
You know, in the amateurs, it's very hard to split 2 good kids over 3 rounds.
100%.
And sometimes it's a flick of a coin, isn't it?
But I always thought my style was suited to the pros anyway. I like to sit down on my shots, and I think that the longer the fight goes, the more effect I'd have over rounds. 3 frees as an amateur, you're only just getting warm. It takes a round to find someone else.
So have you managed to step up in rounds in those 5 fights?
No, I've only had 4 rounders. Yeah. Because you know yourself, on the small old shows, selling the tickets. I've always done quite well on the tickets. I've got a good support behind me, and I'm always grateful for everyone who shows supporting me, especially through this last 18 months when times have been hard, you know what I mean, with the way boxing has been the last 18 months with like COVID and things like that, small old shows, no one knows how things are going to go. So coming back from that without a big deal or a televised deal, you're sort of sitting on the fence, staying in the gym, ticking over, waiting for something to happen.
But the thing is,
stuck by me.
Someone with your pedigree as an amateur and with those few fights under your belt, that if that opportunity came, Colin, you'd be able to jump at it and take it with a realistic possibility of winning.
And that's why I've been in the gym and stayed ready, because when that opportunity does come, I will take it with both hands, because it's my destiny. That's what I want to be doing. I want to be in the gym, I want to be training, I want to be focused. I'm more hungrier than ever now. I want to just get in there. I want a 6-rounder when I come back. That's my first fight. I've already got it planned in my head. I want my 6-round fight when I come back. Get in there, do a good display, a good job, and then from there, let's see what happens.
Well, hopefully, my boss, Mr. Wood, might be watching this.
Hopefully, yeah, and,
definitely. We might see you on some of our shows.
Maybe,
but if not, I wish you all the luck, mate.
I really appreciate it.
You're a real exciting prospect, mate.
Thank you very much.
A kid that I heard a lot about, and sometimes you hear things and then they don't always live up to the expectations. Well, you surpassed them, mate. So you put a real smile. And you know those 5 wins, and you had a couple of stoppages in there.
I had one, but I boxed a fella. It's a funny story, because it's 4 wins and 1 draw, but the draw was a bit of a weird
it was a technical cut.
Yeah, it was a cut.
Well, you
were
battering him all over.
It was. I personally think the fight would have been over, and at the time, my coaches at the time did thought another round, or maybe
I
another
think that's
round.
what I filmed. In fact, I filmed you twice.
Stephen
that was
Maguire,
yeah. It was very early on in Stephen Maguire's and much bigger than you, Stephen.
Yeah, he was. The fight was made at 8 stone 8. Again, I'd be fighting at a much lower weight now as well. at the time, you know how things go on a day, people come in heavy, so you've got to put on a couple of pounds, just the way the game is.
Are you a bit like Charlie Edwards in the sense that you know, because Charlie, I remember, sorry, not Charlie, Sonny Edwards. Sonny was fighting at Flyweight, and their kid, who's miles bigger than him, was fighting at light fly.
Yeah,
and you know, he never.
I don't really know, to be honest, because I'd always look to get matched around bantam on the day weigh-ins. That's what I was looking at, 8.5s, but it's hard to find. I understand the job. Listen, I've been in the game 3 years now, and I understand the job that matchmakers and promoters and managers have to do. They have to pick them fights at the right weight, and with someone who's light, there's not that many English prospects out there, there's not that many foreigners that you can bring in that are light, so sometimes you've got to go up the weight, you've got to fight at 8 stone 8 and 8 stone 10.
You understand the game. A lot of fighters sort of like do themselves an injustice by not understanding the game and getting a little bit shirty with people. You seem to understand the fairly game, so
Definitely.
It looks like anyone who does want to work with you have got a nice easy job to do, because it seems like you're
all I want to do is
flexible.
fight. That's what every fighter wants, is just fight at the right weight at the right time, and that's what I'm looking at doing with the progression in my career. And
how long you been with Derry? Because I've
been with Derry now,
about
I'm
a year
not
ago,
too sure.
is it?
It's not been a year, no, it's under a year, but I'm not too sure about the time frame, because I just sort of come in the gym and I train, and now that August has come and my contract's expired, we're looking at progressing to the next thing, which is getting a deal, getting a contract on the table and going from there and getting some good fights in, and hopefully pushing right up through my career now. Because I honestly trust the process, and I'm happy where I am, and I've got a lot of good things going for me at the minute.
Do you know, I think you'd be a fool for someone not to pick you up, because when you talk about excitement, you're very pleasing on the eye, and anyone who likes someone who likes to get stuck in, but as I said, intelligently.
Definitely.
You know, it's not just come forward winging.
There was a thing not long ago, top 10 prospects, I think it was about a year ago I had the interview, and it was over a Zoom call, because it was during COVID. And it was funny when I watched it, because I got mentioned on this, I think it was with Seconds Out with a fella called Dan. And when I done the interview, he was saying, oh, you're one of the top 10 prospects, and I was thinking, I haven't fought for God knows how long, but I must be doing something right if people are noticing me.
Well, I remember you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I say, whether it was once or twice, I definitely remember it was at Greenbank when you
Boxed Stephen Maguire,
and he got a cut. I think it was in the second round, was
it
it?
was the start of the second, the
and
clash
it
of
ended up being a no decision, didn't it?
But it was weird, because he was wilted in under the pressure. I was hitting him well to the body, and following the shots up to the head nice, and he didn't, in my opinion, he was looking for a way out, and
he
the referee seen that, and because of the clash of heads, it just went, to be honest, I was devastated after that. It felt like a loss, if I'm honest with you. It did honestly feel like a loss when I got out, because I thought, the way that's just...
You know, that little blemish on your record might make life easier further down the line, because people will look at that and go, we'll have him.
Well, we jumped straight back in the deep end, that little blemish on the record. We boxed Brett Fardo after that at 8 stone 9. What a tough man, and to be honest, I handled him. I boxed really well. I was happy with my performance, and a lot of people were nervous for me on that night, because I'm such a young pro coming into the game against a very experienced veteran of the sport. I've got a lot of respect for him. He's been in some hella fights, and he's upset some prospects. Not long ago he upset someone,
on the bounce.
And he's knocking them out as well, and he turns them shots over. I remember he threw a right hand over the top in the first round, and I tried to roll it. I think I did at one point. It skimmed off, and I thought, I'm not going to be getting it with any of them anytime soon. I'll stay out the way of that.
Well, I think my battery is about to cut out. But Connor, any messages out there?
I just want to say thanks to everyone for the support, and this is it now, the start of a new journey with good people behind me, and I just want the best, what's best for me and for everyone around me. I just want to have a crack at it properly, and then see what happens.
Connor, I wish you all the best for the future, mate. I'm hoping that future might be with us, but like I say, you're a super talent, so I presume there's going to be lots of people out there looking to snap you up, mate.
Hopefully. Thank you very much.
Connor, take care, mate. Bye bye.
Thank you.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.